Welcome back, Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Okay, and we're back to work on the base. I was going to show you guys. I'm still covering up the lines where I used the resin to fix all of, where it didn't fit together perfectly. I'm going to be using base. Let's see here, Mechanicus Standard Gray, White Layer Scar, and base Abaddon Black to create a very, very, very basic rock pattern. Very basic, the most basic of basic. First off, I start off with La Gray, the Mechanicus Standard Gray. Long way of saying gray. I'm going to take this brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint over the spots that I put the resin on to, I want to make it blend in, so I got to paint more than just where I put the resin. So that's why I'm kind of going all over the place with it. The reason for that is because you want it to look not like you just touched it one spot, but you know, it looks supposed to look like a normal rock. So there's that. Now I've covered all the spots that had resin on it on the front, as you can see. La, 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 la. Now on the back, where is it? Right there. I've got that I got to touch up. So some gray, and we just slab it all over it. The cool thing about doing rock is that it doesn't have to be pretty. And if you're not colorblind, and you go out and look at different types of rocks, you'll notice there's more than just gray, black, and white. So you can add colors in there too. Me, I'm just gonna stick with what I know because I just wanna do a basic rock. But there are other tutorials out there. People will show you how to make some really amazing rocks. This is just the most basic of basic. So while I wash my brush out, I'm gonna let that dry a little. Because the next step is we're gonna dust it with some black. So let's see if we can get this dry off real quick. See how I covered it? Right now it's still looking glossy because it's still wet. Once this all dries, the gloss goes down. Now where I did the lead belcher in the last video, I can see now where I'm gonna have to go back and sand some stuff down. That's okay because it doesn't take a whole lot to sand that stuff down. But as you can see, the rest of it turned out pretty nice. So, okay, now, next you're gonna take the base Abaddon Black, you're gonna shake it up, and this time you want a fatter brush. You want a big boy, like this one. He said boom boom. So like my normal medium brush is about this size. My tiny brush is about that size, and then I got the fat boy. This is actually a makeup brush, and no, I did not steal it from my wife. I found somebody else was telling me that they use makeup brushes because they're better than the Walmart brushes you find back here in the paint section, but they're just as bad as cheap. So, and they come in all different sizes. So I'm gonna take, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a little bit of black on the end, just a tiny little bit. And then I'm gonna take, oops, I forgot my paper towel. I'm gonna take a paper towel. Sorry, I had to brush my mouth. Take a paper towel, and what you wanna do with that paper towel is you want to take, and I know it sounds wasteful, but that's why you want to put a little bit on there. You want to rub your brush off. You want to get off that paint because you don't want any wet spots on there. Then you can kind of go back in and where this is, oops, probably need a little bit more. Where this is, the gray has dried. You want to make sure the gray is dry because if you try to do this while the gray is still wet, not good. So I got a little bit of black still in there, and I'm going to just take and just kind of dot that all over. Kind of rub it all over that area. Because you're going to have light spots and dark spots. So, if you can see that. See how I kind of dotted that in? Oh, let's try that. There we go. it's starting to kind of blend better, but we still need, and maybe you can see this, like if I do it like this, still gonna need, oh, I need more black. So just take, wipe it off. Oh, I just knocked Spider-Man out. Sorry, Spider-Man. And then you're gonna take and just dab that black on. Okay. Just a little bit more. Okay. So that kind of breaks the gray up a little bit. And the good thing is the rock texture will choose, it picks up certain things and that way it looks not so even. Because, you know, most rocks outdoors are not smooth. They're rocky. And so if you got a big area that you need covered with resin, you have to be real careful, because if you use too much resin in that area, it'll smooth that rock over it and you won't have that rock pattern. So you have to be real careful with that. Now, you got to dry your brush out really good, because the next step you're going to go with is white. But since this fat boy brush is still a little damp, even though I just dried it off the best I could, I'm going to grab my other fat boy. See, that's the one I used. Here's my other fat boy. Boom. Another makeup brush. I'm telling you, they work amazing. Only thing is, if you're not careful, they come apart. But that works if you like working with small brushes. Anyway, a little bit of glue, that'll work perfect. Now, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the black, but I'm gonna do it with the white. And actually, layer is not a good one, so let me change that. Let me go grab my base white. The base white I have is called Base Corvax White. Base Corvax White. Now, right now, you can see it kind of, it's settled. That's why you hear me smacking the paint around like it owes me money. It's because a lot of times the paint, if it sits too long, it'll separate. And some of these lighter colors, they separate faster than the others. I think I mentioned that in a video the other day. So that's why you hear me smacking around. That way it kind of gets everything blended together again and is no longer separated. The reason I'm using the base is because it's thicker. Well, hold on, let me shake some of it upside down. I ain't getting paint on that. It's thicker and not as runny, so it works better. So I'm gonna grab some of that Corvax white up here. Oops, too much. And then I'm just gonna paint it all over my, just dab most of it off. You're getting the wetness off so it doesn't streak, and it's still leaving a little bit of that white on there. And so then you're able to take and go back and kind of dust up some of those areas. Just play around with it, do it a little lightly at first, see what you think. You can even go, ooh, I kind of like that over here too. Let me do a little bit more over this area. And then what happens is, if you can do it right, now so you can see where that's a little smooth. However, definitely blends in a lot better than it did. So that way you can't see where you put all that resin. So it's kind of like a camouflage. Now I might have done too much white in that area, but it's kind of cool, so I might pop some of these others out just a little bit more. And see, it's not, all it is just taking, and those little edges will catch that white paint, and it pops it like crazy. So just going back over those areas, just making sure all that stuff looks good. There you go, boom. All I have left to do is fix the lead belcher, where it looks like it's where it might, it needs to be resin, but otherwise that's pretty much it. Then I'll glue on this little venom spike. We'll go right here, and then this will get glued in right there. Hold on, let me see, make sure I get this right. It's a little awkward to get this one in here because it pops in at the bottom, but at the same time, the top has to kind of rest up against his shoulder, I guess you could say. Oops. Well, of course. Oh, there we go. And then see, I have to make sure that the base, I'll have to make sure that lines up. So I'll probably have to do a little resin in there. And it has to line up over here too to get that Venom look. And then there's the webbing. And ta-da, you have the Spider-Man. I hope the videos helped. Any comments or suggestions? The next model I'll be working on, let me move Spider-Man to the side. Stay right there. The next model I'm working on, he is obviously still not glued together yet, and the reason for that is because it's easier. Oh wow, he's much shorter. It's easier to paint him with his arms and stuff separate. That way you can get all the details in there. But if you look closely, you can see where I've taken a darker brown and a lighter brown. Put the dark brown down first, and then I dry brushed the lighter brown in there to give it that leather look. Pretty sweet, right? So obviously I've still got a lot to paint, like the cards and all the super little tiny details on the cards. That's gonna be fun. See, it just keeps coming apart. There's the base. His head, oh my God, Gambit. But you can see where I've got most of the leather jacket down. I'll have to go back in here, and I believe that's an X-Men logo, so I'll make that like black and red. But yeah, I got the little metallic and the purple looking, I think it's purple. Anyway, so you can see these models, when you print them out, they don't always come together in one piece. So you have to piece them together. And then that'll go back here, and ta-da, Gambit. So hopefully, let me zoom in, see if you can see better. Oh yeah, look at that. You see that more, Shelly? Anyway, that's what I'll be working on next. Be looking for the first video, I guess, tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good one. See you later. Bye, y'all.